What is going on, you guys? It's good to be back. It's Friday, February 25th. We're just about to enter Power Hour. ISPO going on a wicked nice run today. Running up from 36 bucks all the way up to a high of almost 70 bucks. Good opportunity. We'll see if we get a nice pop here at the end of the day here. It could pop right back up here to the VWAP. About 60 bucks, and then it's gonna run into resistance here at like 62. But this thing could easily get up and running. Beautiful play here. This was in play. Let's scroll out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago it was in play. So day 5 is when it's finally getting its bounce. Right up to 75 bucks. Good opportunity if you were here to take advantage of it when it started lifting up at around 11 a.m. Awesome play. What else we have pop off today? Let's see. CFVI getting a little push. DWAC this week went on an epic run. That was a hell of a swing if you held on to it. ANGH had a quick pop. All right, we'll see what all popped off here for the day. Get back in touch with the stocks that were popular and taking off. ISPO, a lot of eyes are on this bad boy now. From here at 53, it could easily run right back up another $7. Be careful with your size. Let's see, what else do we have pop off today? Let's pull up the main screener here. I'm also going to see what was popular here in the Discord. Let me get a couple things situated. Get my marker out. Go over to the Discord here. We'll get the bot chart. See what top stocks were for today. So we got the SPY, SQ, Tesla, AMD, Nvidia, the Qs, Facebook, Coin, CYRN, and IRNT. These two penny stocks at the bottom. Bitcoin may have had a pop today. Let's see how these other ones are doing. IRNT. The last few days, this one has been running up. Started heated up here earlier in the week. Running here from 350 up to 450. And then Thursday running from 380 up to 6. Held 5 today, running up to almost 7 bucks. IRNT. I'm gonna put this on the watch list. What was that other one? CYRN. Okay. Wow. This one on Thursday started to pick up. Running up from $2 all the way up to 7 bucks just about. Pulls back, consolidates here at 5, rips up here at pre-market. $7 has been a tough area for it. If you would want this to continue pushing up higher, it has to hold up at this $5 level. $5. Building up to break up back up over that 650 and retest 7. We'll see how this one plays out. All right, let's see what coin did. Coinbase had a good move yesterday. Really struggled at this 180s. Ripped up here after hours quickly to 200. Gotta hold up at 170. That's the support. ISPO, what are you gonna do? CARG, let's check on this one. This morning, ripping up from 35 up to a high of 45. This is looking bullish. As long as it can continue to hold up above 45, the overall sentiment on it is bullish. So 45, we continue to hold that. That's looking to continue pushing up higher. I'll start creating a list here. Top stocks today. I'll pull that up so you guys can see. ISPO, CARG, we also had IRNT, I'm gonna also have to go back in the chat and see what stocks were hot this last week as well. What did that bot say? CYRN. Pull up KAR. This one ran after hours yesterday, 14 to 25. Just a sick fade on it, but you could see a nice bounce on it if it gets over 20 bucks. I'm gonna put an alert on this. Nope. Trade price increases to 19.90. 90, I'll put. Top stocks. In play today. FTCH. Farfetch. And a lot of these had big explosions after hours yesterday. This one held up at 20 today. Held up over 20s, pushed up to 21. It's a grinder though. IMPP. $1.40 to 220, a small cap. I don't really care for these penny stocks like this, but IMPP, this was a good one. This one may have potential, but it's got to get up over about 30 bucks. Runs up over 30, it's on. Wow. This is a Russia Bull times 3 ETF, RUSL. Pull up DWAC. Yeah, this one had a huge gap up on, when was it? Tuesday. Because the new platform, Truth Social, with Donald Trump, that dropped on Monday, President's Day. Huge gap up, 85 up to a high of 113 pre-market, but got drilled down all the way back to 90s. So if we can continue to hold up at this 90s level and consolidate, it's still building up for that explosion up over 100. Still keep this on the back burner. ANGH, this one just had a real quick pop today. 15 up to 20. That's a nice $5 move. ANGH. What else did we have? Take this off the list. NVCT, we could take... I'll keep it on the list because it's a newer IPO. CFVI had a real quick pop today from 13 to 17. Or CPTN, I'm sorry. Delete this one. Delete this one. Bkkt, this one was in play for a while. Yeah, she's trying to gear up for a bounce. If she does, she'll rip up to $7. This stock really liked that $7 area. Ooh, FSLY, that's a big gap down. And RGV. It's got to get up. It's got to get up over 14 and 15. Yeah, and this BRCC didn't do anything. How's our AMC doing? Okay. AMC's trying to gear up. Trying to gear up right here on the 10-minute. This could get a run up here to 18, 19 bucks. It continues to hold up 17 bucks. Pick up on Uber. Had a good run yesterday. Nice $5 run. Take a look at the SPY. We got drilled down. We bounced off that 410 though. Getting a nice momentum bounce the last couple days here. Thursday and Friday. LCID trying to gear up. It's got to hold up 25 bucks. LCID. Snapchat hovering, trying to gear up, potentially break 40 bucks. I'm gonna publish this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 stocks that were in play today that I can just see. RUSL. Just looking around real quick, seeing what's going on. STRA. Going through these different screeners here that we just created. I want to see how they're holding up. Look at our 50 and 200 day squeeze scan here. Yeah, SCLA. This one was a nice squeeze on that daily chart. A lot of these, though, really have no volume. Hot stocks today, too. LNTH. Ran from 40 up to 46. Holds back 44, ran up to 48. Good range on this one. They just put earnings out yesterday, so that's what perked it up. It was an earnings winner. Even yesterday from 38 running up to 41.50, then pulling down to 37.50, running back up to 40. It's a good continuation today. Earnings winner yesterday. No volume. What is that? Byron Technology. All of these have really no volume going on. Move to the next one. Hot stocks today. Top of the list, ISPO. Still trying to gear up for that rip up. This is a risky play though. ISPO. It could definitely rip up here to 60, but it could also flush down. Just be careful with your size. AERI. At 50 days at 1250 or 720s, I'm sorry. So it's trying to hold at that 50-day on the moving average and build up off of that. It's a pharmaceutical. They got price targets being raised from $14 to $22 by analysis. Float is medium at 45 million. A lot of goofy stuff going on. All right, we'll look at the range scan next. Top of the list, LNTH. We've already had eyes on this. Next, MP. Good move today. MP Materials breaking up out of that daily chart. That's a good move. Got room to run up to 49.50 bucks. Yeah. Nice right here. Nice consolidation in this area here, resting up after this really good grind up here. Nice rest. Now pulling back. It held that 44 area and it could push up off that all the way back up to these levels, up at $49, $50. So there's still room to climb up on this bad boy. Take it in levels. 145 million float. It's got news out today. That's good. Last 2 days it's been running. Take a look at this real quick. Bottoms out at 41.50. $41.50, was where that 50-day moving average was on the daily chart. And you could see, I'll put this red line right at 42.50. That's where that 50-day moving average was. So it was battling with that 50-day this morning from the daily chart. Finally gets up over it, pulls back, holding, pushes all the way up to 45. Pulls back, holds that previous day's close right there. Get a nice tight wedge going on here. Breaks up out of that, continues to lift 44.50 all the way up to a high of 46.50s. Now it's once again, it's looking to get tighter again. Break up that high of day. I don't know if it's going to continue though, because it's already ran for 2 straight days and we're about to be going into the weekend. We got 40 minutes left in the market. And then now right here, we got ISPO trying to perk up a bit. Yeah, Louis already on it. I had it up in the background. It's a risky trade. Just be cautious with your size. It could easily rip up to that 60 bucks, but it could also easily flush down to that 50s. Just be careful with your size and be aware of the volatility on this stock. It was a beautiful run today. $40 up to a high of 72 bucks. This is the stuff that I try to preach to you guys all the time. Like, man, one stock like this offers just so much opportunity. Just have to wait for it. Literally 5 days ago it ran, and then if you would have just watched it the next 4 or 5 days, it finally just stops making lower highs and lower lows, and it just easily just starts to like level out. And from that 35 level there, 40 bucks, that momentum comes in, it gets that rip up. And all this is, it's like this is the first bounce. This is a real popular play a lot of people like to look out for. So anytime you have, like, look at right here. See how it ripped up here and it pulled back and then it went sideways and it finally got that momentum, and look at all that volume and how much it went. Topped out there, pulls back, continues. Pulls back, there's your failed follow through. So shorts are all going to enter in right here. They make money when the stock goes down. It's making lower highs, lower lows. Then once it stops, you get that sideways action. Shorts ain't making no more money. And then you get that bounce. Looks like it bounced more than 50%. Let's see. Yeah, we bounced up. Oh, it only bounced up 50%. You're at a measure from the high here down to the low right here. Right there is a 50% bounce. That's all it is. So we'll probably run back up. If it does run 60, and then it's going to find resistance at around like 70 bucks. 75. Yeah, it could flush pretty bad. Definitely, you gotta take profits when you have them. Look at this one from, imagine being in right here. Man, these candles are wicked. In it right here from 69 bucks to 58 bucks. That's a $11 range right there on a 1 minute candle. $11. That's wild. 1,000 shares, that's 11,000. Right here, you think it's like right here, you're drawing out your patterns on this, and you think it's breaking out and it's starting to pull back right here, and you're looking for that lift up higher. You enter in on it at around that 70 bucks and it just instantly flushes on you down to 60. That's a $10 drop right there. And then you have people that say, well, that's where I scratch my head on some people, because I always get like smart ass people that comment and they say, well, if I put a hard stop in at 65 bucks, I'm okay. And it's like, no, it's a market order out, man. If this thing flushes like that, it's going to bottom fill you wherever it goes down here. Look at ISPO now. It's starting to flush out. from 57, it just flushed down here to 52 bucks. That's a $5 per share flush. Yeah, end of day trading, I've come to know or learn from my career, it's super hard to trade at the end of the day power hour. Like, you really gotta notice when the market cycle is more geared towards end of day runners. Like, you'll notice stocks, a lot of the time they like to run in the morning right out of the market open, and then the cycle will switch up, and then you'll start to see runners at noon, and then for a couple weeks you'll see runners at around noon, and then it'll switch up and it'll be back to morning runners, and then it'll switch up and it'll be power hour runners for a couple weeks. You just got to be aware of the theme. This ANGH here, this one's trying to perk up a bit. This one's got potential. There's not many eyes on this one compared to that ISPO. Look at how much volume has dried up on it. So for me, I'd be more focused on something like this because it's not overcrowded and everybody's attention is on this ISPO. Always go to the stock that offers less resistant. There's not many people in on this, so this stock could easily start up and ripping and running. Because if you're in an overcrowded stock, you have too many conflicting beliefs and opinions, too many talking heads. That's why I like to start comparing stocks to like Twitter. I don't really comment that much on Twitter or post my thoughts, because no matter what, there's always going to be a smartass out there that wants to have their opinion published on my thought. And in the stock market, you guys already know, it doesn't matter what nobody else thinks. It only matters what you think. So ANGH here, this is how you can put together a trading plan. We hold up at this 17 level, or gearing up here. We could easily rip up to 1850 and break through that and instantly run right back up to 20 bucks. So I would say that this is most definitely worth keeping an eye on. It's just starting to break up out of its range that it was in, all right here. And it's trying to pull back and hold that area as support. And we have a half hour before the close. So keep ANGH on watch. And then also NRGV. Look at this one. This one's starting to perk up a bit. So if we were just looking at this like 20 minutes ago, we said if it starts to break up over 14, 15 bucks, this thing could easily start skipping. So NRGV, this is another name I'd keep on close watch. What was that other one? ANGH. Same thing with NRGV here. We start to perk up to 14. This pulls back and holds up at this 1350s here. We could definitely ramp back up, break over 14 and push up to 1450, 15. And if volume comes in, you always want to try to think ahead, because everybody has their stock scanners and screeners set up to pick up stocks that are hitting new highs on the day. So if you can think ahead and plan it out on how human nature is going to act out and play out, that's where you have your advantage as a trader. You're the 10% who thinks differently than everybody else. We also have AFRM here. This one's trying to gear up the larger priced stock, but this one could definitely run back up and retest $40 from this morning. For this one, 38.50, this area here I would want to see hold up as support. CARG. Oh yeah, yep. We put this one right there. Top stocks in play today. I put that number 2, CARG. Yeah, this one had a good run. I drew out this green line. I said if we can hold up at this 45 as support, look for a continuation up on it. It's up 42% on the day. All right. See, look at NRGV. Let's see how much volume's in on this so far on the day. NRGV, it's only 1 million in volume on the day. So this stock's primed and ready. Not many people know about it. So if this thing starts skipping, it's going to go off on everybody's stock scanner, and they're all going to chase after it. And you guys, the whole stock market is revolved around supply and demand. So if you have that demand, that lightning bolt, come in and hit this stock, so the prices are going to rip up. And then we got this ANGH. Watch, this one's looking pretty good. Could definitely see this one skip up there to $20. The $2 over $2 move potentially on this stock. So something like this could easily pick up 1,000 shares and it rips up $2. That's $2,000 in your pocket. Just have to have a plan though with these names. FSLY, this one's getting a nice little pop on it. Still in a confirmed downtrend. DWAC, I'd keep that one on watch too. Looks like the SPY is trying to gear up. We got a half hour left of trading for the week. SPY might go on a nice rally here last 30 minutes. So if the SPY starts up and ripping, watch for a lot of follow through with a lot of these names. ANGH. See how these play out. All right, what were you guys talking about this week with stocks? Like a few people were trading the Qs. Oh yeah, and then the Russian RUSL times 3. Which one was it? Yeah, RUSL. This one had a good rip. After that, stuff with the Ukraine. This one fell off from 24 all the way down there to $6. All the way up here, 22, fell all the way down here to $6 a share, and this thing rips all the way up to $13. And it looks like it's trying to gear up again here for another rip on it. So RUSL. ANGH still setting up. And RGV just hovering and sitting there. Make or break for this one is going to be 13. If it falls down below 13, it's over with. But if it can hold up above that, build up, break up over that 14, it's game on, as Wayne would say from Wayne's World. Looks like a lot of stocks are like in this position they're gearing up. FSLY, nice $1 rip. I just put out a video for you guys. Right here. Train your eyes, read stock charts, investing. It's about a 30-minute lesson. And then before that, we put out another lesson here. Morning panic dip buy, trading playbook. How to buy morning panic and dips in the morning on a lot of stocks. Remember, the whole stock market's revolved around human nature. And when panic and volatility pop up like that, that's where you train yourself as a trader to take advantage of those situations. DWAC this morning from 86.50 getting a run up to $93. This DWAC has just given out so many opportunities. It's unreal. This stock loves to rip in the mornings. Hey, I appreciate that, Rome. Good to be back. Thought I'd hop on and check out what's been going on this past week. But yeah, it was nice getting away. I took the girl down. We went down through Indiana. We shot over to Chicago just to get out on the road and get out, have some fun, and reset the mind pretty much. I've been on just such a grind, man. I'm I'm a workaholic and I forget that I work a lot with this stuff. But to me, this stuff isn't work, man. It's not. This is truly a passion. I love the stock market and I love doing this stuff with you guys every day. But it's good to step away and take a break and reset yourself. This ANGH is looking pretty good. They can continue to hold up here. We could definitely see it rip back up to 18 and break over that. Continue to monitor it, see how it plays out. What I like about it, it's breaking up out of this area right here. Breaking up out of that. Now if we can pull back and hold at this level here and build back up and retest 18, that's when we can break up out of that and we could run back up to these levels up here. Potentially. So we'll see how this one sets up. We got 20 minutes left before the market closes. So it's kind of like a race right now against time. That's why I don't really like trading the close too much, because more times than none, it's going to come down to the last second and then going into after hours, and then you're going to be debating, should I swing this or not? And I don't like to swing garbage ass penny stocks. It's too risky. Yeah, this RUSL, that was a wicked bounce. Came all the way back up to these levels up here. Yep. RUSL Russia ETF. It's there's an ETF for everything, man. Everything. You name it, there's an ETF for it. They just came out. Remember when GameStop and AMC was getting pump and dumped, and then all of these meme stocks on Wall Street Bets and Reddit were getting pumped up? They came out with an ETF that measures social media mentions. I forget the name of that. I think, Rome, you might remember the name of that ETF. They look at on the website here, etfscreen.com. This is 100% free, you guys. There's all kinds of ETFs. volatility, currency, dividend, fixed income, international, regional, country, miscellaneous, commission-free offerings. Yeah, not a lot of people know that every country has their own stock exchange. It's just the United States markets are the most popular, because that's where the most volume is. And this is where a lot of your well-known companies are from, the United States, like Apple, Facebook, Snapchat. All of these are American United States companies. That's why I get a lot of people commenting on my videos. I'll get people commenting, you guys from Australia, United Kingdom, where's another place? Canada, all over the world. And they're all trying to trade the United States market. EFEN. Yep, this is aerospace defense ETF. Yeah, ETFs are fascinating, you guys. There's an ETF for everything. But there's a ETF that measures social media mentions. I forget the name of it. I want to say it's like Talk or something. Let me check real quick. Social media ETF. Is it SOCL? Oh, Buzz. BUZZ is what it is. Buzz. Yep, right here. Bannock social sentiment. Yeah, they came out with this one at around the time AMC and GameStop was popping off, and Reddit and Wall Street Bets. They're trying to figure out a way to measure and gauge when these message boards do pump and dumps. And I'm pretty sure you could probably look at it and it's correlated with like AMC. So AMC, we'll take a look at it. 3 days. Kind of like sidestepped down here, went sideways 3 days ago. Yesterday it had a really good up move. And then today it had a morning dip and it's coming back up to its previous day's close, trying to get a pop up over. It recently trended down. We're trying to pop up and gear up here. Compare it to Buzz. Same thing. See? 3 days ago. Right there. A good up move yesterday. Morning dip right there. Pop. Now it's pulling back, gearing up. There's your downtrend right there. From AMC, we were just comparing it. And it's popping up right here. Pretty cool though, huh? See, here's another one right here. There's two of them. Buzz and SOCL. This one, Buzz, is a social sentiment, and SOCL is a global social media ETF. So we'll take a snap of that. Learn something new every day, huh? Where it pays to show up every day. Take a look at SOCL. ANGH is still trying to gear up just under that 18 bucks. Still looking good. She's holding up pretty well. NRGV, this one's starting to fall off. But as long as it holds up over 13 bucks, this may continue into next week. The hardest part is timing. Yeah, I remember when Buzz was first launching. Where it pays to have that screen time, man. And there's just so many. There's so many ETFs. Every day you could easily pull up your ETF screener here, do a custom screen, and trade ETFs if you wanted. I'll share this website with you guys in the Discord. We also don't forget about Bkkt. This one could go on a nice little pop next week. It's gearing up for a potential pop back up to 7 bucks. Then it looks like ISPO getting another pop on it. Let's see what she does here. 7 minutes left in trading. The stock is wild. Watch, right when that bell closes, this thing could easily start skipping up to 100 bucks. Easy. I've noticed yesterday at the close, there was a lot of stocks that ripped after hours. FSLY, that one's still going. 1750s all the way up to 1870s. I just seen that right here. There's out of 2,751 ETFs. Popular themes. You can go marijuana ETFs, FANG ETFs, blockchain, artificial intelligence. Those are just some popular ones. Yeah, let's look at FANG real quick. Holdings, number of holdings, assets, risk metric. Returns, share price. Move this down. I like to keep it at around 100. So we got IVW, which is a S&P 500 growth ETF. DQQQ. Yeah, I could make a video on this. ETF screener. First Trust Cloud Computing ETF. Markets are about to close here in 3 minutes. Yeah, you guys will have fun with this website. All right. ANGH still holding up at that area. NRGV, I mean, sorry. ANGH, yeah, it's this one's still holding up too, just below that 18 bucks, but with 3 minutes or 2 minutes now before this market closes, now you'd be at that predicament of, man, am I gonna swing this? Or that's why I don't really like power hour trading. Yeah, INDL's getting a nice pop. It's right at resistance though. It may start ripping after hours, but this is also, take note, it's an energy stock. So if this one continues to pop off, watch for other energy stocks to pop with it. I should be back all next week, you guys. I'll be back with you guys on Monday. It'll be the last day of February, too. Then we'll go into March Madness. Markets are now closed. ANGH falls down to 17. Where's that other one? NRGV still at that area. Bkkt, I like this one. As long yeah, Bkkt, this stock loves that $7 area. Right there. Remember back early February, we were finding support and resistance all at that 7. And then it would come down and it just sat there at that 7. It even played it again right there. So this stock, it's got a history at that 7. That's why I'm saying, with it breaking up from 550, we're gonna have to take it in 50-cent intervals. It likes to move up and down 50 cent at a time. So we hold above this 550s and we break up over 6. We'll push up $6.50, $7. So from 550, that's a $1.50 upside potential on this stock. If it falls down below 550s, you're risking about 25-50 cent to make upwards of $1.50. It's worth keeping eyes on for sure. This is more of a swing type stock. DraftKings had a good move. Today, little morning dip, held up just above 20 bucks. From 20 runs all the way up to 22, over 22. Nice $2 per share run. DWAC, this one's trying to gear up. We hold up in that area there. 100 bucks has been resistance. You could tell too that this is more of like a swing type stock, because every single time it runs up, it has a crazy sell-off, and that's from everybody unloading. Look at back here. Everybody who would accumulate in on this and then hit new highs flush down hard, and it would linger around and then continue to sell off. Same thing here. Everybody's accumulating up on it, flush down, accumulating, big gap up payday, flush down. Accumulation, all here, big gap up, flush down. Shorts could have got trapped right there. I'm gonna jump back into this ETF thing. ALF. Damn, that stock got drilled the fuck down. Look at that daily chart. Look at that. From 22 bucks. This stock just got, like, literally someone was like pressing their thumb on this stock and pushing it down with their thumb. From 22 all the way to a buck. What I would look for with this ALF, if this isn't a legitimate rip here, let it rip, and then it's going to pull back, and you'd look for it to hold up when it pulls back around, like, it's hard to say right now. Let's see if I could draw something out. Got a lot of room to bounce. But if I see it, if it does bounce, this is the potential right there. About $6. That area there. So ideally, probably what we would want to see with this, let it rip up here and then pull back and hold up at around this area. About this area right here. Pull back and hold. And then from that, gear up for that next leg up. So it's not premature. Just keep eyes on it. See how it wants to set up. You're the smart money. Keeping eyes on it and stalking it like a predator. You can see the potential, right? That's where you make your money. Just like it did right here. Look at right there. Notice how it ripped up like this and it pulled back, got that little micro pullback, but it failed. It continued to fade. And just like it did right there, all right here, right there, the stock just keeps fading. Every single time it would get that upward momentum, there was something or somebody holding it back from running. But the tension built up on this thing, either they just heavily diluted this stock, somebody did not want this stock up at these prices. Could be a multiple things. Definitely a interesting story. Something had to have happened with this. Look at all that selling with the volume. This is a good spot too, man. Even with this. See how you've got your first green day here and then it's gapping up right here? Now what I would do, it established its bottom there and it's gapping up. Like I draw a line out like that and I would start to see if the stock can start to build up from this level up to that $1. That's a big psychological level. We'll run up, test that $1, and then if we get up over that $1, then I'd look for us to hold that $1 as support, continue to build, and then this stock has potential to run up $2, $3. If it continues to go, $4, run up here to about $4.50, $5 right there. So there is a lot of upside potential with this. We'll just have to see it and monitor if it can continue to build one level at a time. Where patience comes into play. How much time are you invested in this or willing to invest in it? Something had to have happened though with the stock to crumble like that. I'm not sure. That's where going into reading your SEC filings pays off. I'll add these two stocks to my watch list though. ALFN. MULN. It's kind of almost the same idea I was having with a handful of names that recently had big sell-offs. Like AFRM was one of them. See here on the daily chart from $175. We were in a confirmed downtrend here. All the way down to 45. And everybody was looking for that first big bounce. And it started to perk up right here. And it started to gear up. Right there, test that trend line. It did break up over it. And then look, they put earnings out. And they probably did horrible on their earnings. Didn't help them at all. And then it failed. And it's still getting driven down. And I would still keep this on watch, most definitely. That's a big sell-off from 175 to $30. This one could bounce right back up here to about $50. That's going to be the first level it probably runs into. 50. And if it gets over that, it'll run up here to about 65. And then 75. 80. What's that other one? GT, Good Tire. Or Goodyear Tire. Yeah, look at this one. Notice the deep from $23. They put out bad earnings or something. From 23 sold off one day all the way down to 15. Everybody was anticipating that bounce and it never happened. So people, and this is a daily chart, man. So since that big red day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days have gone by. Think of how many people forgot about this stock. This is where it pays. If you keep on top of this stock, I mean, look at right there, for example, that sell-off, how it ran up like that. Anything's possible. Now, if this starts ripping up, breaking up over 17, and then 18, 19, 20, and it's going off on everybody's scanners, and then when it's at $20, then people want to start buying it. And you've been eyeballing it ever since it was down here at 14. You're that 10% selling to the stupid money. I didn't mean to click on artificial intelligent ETFs. I wanted all. First Bitcoin ETF. What? There's a book? There's a book? ETF trend following playbook. Oh, I got a 2.5. It was published in 2009. I think there are a few ETF playbooks. Go to Amazon. Two 2009. Busted the failure of mutual funds and birth of ETFs. The art of indexing using the iMoney plan. Investing in domestic shares, US stock index ETFs. Overseas exposure, foreign stock ETFs. Slicing and dicing sector ETFs. Gold, silver, and oil commodity ETFs. A buck isn't worth a dollar. Currency ETFs. Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff here for you guys. Look at this. Most investors don't know ETFs. A brief history of ETFs. Yeah, you guys would love this. Share that with you guys there in the Friday chat in the Discord. Peace out, Louie. Have a good weekend, my man. I'm gonna sit here for a minute and just check this stuff out. This was published back in December 2010. There's also an ETF DVD. Where is it at? I actually bought it a while back. Right here, this one. Yeah, I bought this DVD a while back. ETF Trading Tactics. It was from a seminar back in like early 2000, I want to say, late 90s. Oh, no, I don't want to get involved with this stuff. No. A new report has revealed that most investors don't know what exchange traded funds ETFs are. Oddly enough, that bodes well for the growing industry. According to a new report, most retail investors don't know what ETFs are. Therein lies a major opportunity for ETF providers to nab even more market share beyond the 1 trillion they're currently enjoying. This was published back in December 2010. And it's true, not a lot of people know about ETFs. And this website that I'm looking at here is etftrends.com. Yeah, I'll make a quick video on this and put it together for you guys. I'll probably work on that over the weekend. but I'm